Hey Libra, this is Lisa from Soul Searcher Tarot, and I'm here to do your June 2019 general reading for Libra Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you for joining my channel today. If you're new here, thank you so much for giving it a try, and if you've been here before, I really do appreciate your support. It does have a lot. It is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody, but if it does resonate, or you can take what does and just leave what doesn't. But if you can give me a thumbs up, a share, a subscribe, write me a comment. I love to hear from you, and it helps me also to connect with your energies on my next readings. All right. Okay, let's see. And I was meditating on your energy, and I came to a feeling like you were going to be very involved in personal relationships, family and friends, and just on the personal nature, home and what goes on there. Co-workers possibly too, just, because the ones that are more, not just co-workers, are more like friends and co-workers. And I feel like you're like really going to be extra social this month. And I don't know, I think the full moon comes in on the 24th or 22nd, something in that realm. But I feel like you're going to be so much more social than usual. And you're usually a very social energy anyway, at least most Libras that I know anyway. You're pretty outspoken and very social in that sense. And so I think it's going to you're going to be a little bit more social, and the friendly, happy social, but it might even start opening up doors for maybe new business ideas, or kind of like you're going to be opening up new doors to other paths, just because the way you're socially on. I actually kept having flashes of golf courses, like you're on a golf course and you're like making business meeting type of, like a business meeting type of things. Like, the guys are all in their shirts, and they took the tie off and they got their pants, and they're just like talking business over the golf course type of thing. So that's how it felt. And that could actually work if you're a woman too. I know with some ladies I do work with, they were leaving, and I heard them say, "This weather better hold up. We have tea time in 2 hours." You know what I mean? So definitely, it's not just a male energy. All right. Okay. So let's get started here. Libra, June 2019. Ooh, hello. Well, hi. Libra, June 2019. Okay. All right. And this was going to be the bottom of the deck energy, but it kind of flopped out at me. And this is an energy of cooperation and teamwork, and collaboration. Sorry, my words were stuck. Okay. All right, so teamwork, collaboration. So maybe that's possible where the social energy I was feeling, so you're trying to work out maybe a project or something with a teamwork type of situation. All right. Now let's see where else we can go with this. All right, you got the Ten of Wands, and this is you're doing a lot of work. You're feeling kind of burdened. Like, yeah, you feel like you have a weight of something on your shoulders as far as the work that you're doing, and maybe you don't feel like somebody's helping out at all, so you're doing it all by yourself. Then you have the Ace of Wands, and that one is you have the inspiration and a desire to create something, and that's like a new beginning right there. With the Queen of Pentacles, and she is a very earthy, strong, like confident energy. She feels very secure. She's generous with herself. She's generous with others. And now this could be your energy, or it could be somebody in your environment. Oh, now you got the conflicts going on. So there are some conflicts in life right now. I'm going to clarify these just to find out if I can find out what it's for. But I just kind of thought the conflict is coming up right under the Ten of Wands. It's almost like maybe your conflict is starting because you are doing all this work and it's not being shared. But we'll see. Oh, you got the Ace of Swords. And that's all about having victory and strength. And that coming right off the wands. So maybe whatever this conflict is, you won. All right. And the Eight of Pentacles. And this came up in reverse. When the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse, it's kind of... You're lost for focus. Your ambition is totally shot. So for whatever you might have been getting into, you don't have the ambition for it. And the Eight of Swords. She's stuck. She is feeling like she feels trapped. So maybe you feel stuck in a situation. But just like the 8 here, you have to see that you can actually get out of it. If you're stuck, you're putting yourself in that stuck position. Okay? It's almost like they consider it like almost like a self-victimization thing, where you wouldn't be stuck, but you have to kind of like fight your way out of it, as in realizing you're not. So, and you feel powerless. And you have the Nine of Swords. And this is like something's weighing heavily on you. Maybe you're losing some sleep over it. Maybe you're having some dreams, bad dreams. But it's stressing you out big time. It's definitely weighing on you. But then you have the Ace of Cups, and this is a whole new cup full of emotions, okay? And it's a new start in emotions, so maybe there's a new relationship coming in for you, or possibly a rekindling of an old relationship. It could be platonic, it could be romantic. I'm not sure exactly which one. But let's see if we can get some clarifications here. Alright, let's see. Can you tell me about this Ten of Wands? Can you tell me about the Ten of Wands for Libra? Well, we got the Six of Swords, and that's the feeling of moving away. So either you're moving in a physical sense, maybe you're moving houses, jobs, or it's just your kind of like your mental and emotional state where you're moving out of rougher waters because things are going to start calming down now. I feel like it's an emotional thing. That's what it feels like. Let's see what else. But the Wheel of Fortune also flew out. And I'm thinking the Wheel of Fortune would be right here in between the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands, because the 10 is you're got this like a finishing of something. All 10s are the done part of it. It's over now. And so, and you're moving away from it. So maybe you're moving away from having that burden on you. And so your new cycle starting, and then having the Ace of Wands would be the beginning of the next cycle. What about, jeez. The Ten of Swords flew out. And I was just thinking about the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Swords flew out. Now, so the Ten of Swords is like a betrayal, or like a stabbing in the back. You're being defeated. And since the Five of Wands was a conflict, now, it's not a physical conflict, I don't think, but it's usually just a conflict in regards to people and arguments and, you know, saying bad things and disagreeing and having all kinds of issues like that. But apparently, you may not be successful in this conflict. Or is it just the ending of the conflict? Because it's very possible that this was the conflict, and like I said, the tens are ends. So this 10 is an ending of the conflict. So maybe you did kind of have to, you know, maybe not be the winner for it to end. But this next card was the Ace of Swords, and this is victory. So is there a way that this could have been this ending and looking like you were defeated, but your defeat actually became a victory? We're going to talk about that more. All right, now you got the Eight of Pentacles, and that's saying to you that you have no focus in your ambition or motivation. You're not feeling it about anything. Oh, jeez. Okay. And if that was the case, the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands popped out. These two. The Page of Wands, he's like a brand new start. And, you know, in energy and action. And the Knight of Pentacles is a messenger of abundance and security. And now he's a really slow energy, but he's very sturdy. So if you're already got the energy and action and the message of abundance coming out on top of the Eight of Pentacles, maybe you do become focused again. And so your pentacles or your ideas are culminating in a message, and it's coming, your message is coming, it's just going to be a little bit longer. Okay? Oh well, Knight, he's slow. He's a slow energy, but he's a very sturdy energy. So he'll get here, but you know, it's not as fast as all the other knights. Then you had the Eight of Swords, and that's feeling stuck on something. So let me see if we can find out why you would feel stuck. Why does Libra feel stuck about something? Huh? And that there says the world. And the world is an end of a cycle. Okay, we got lots of end of cycles here. And that's an end of a cycle. So, let's see, how can I fix this? And then you have the Nine of Swords. Can you please explain the Nine of Swords for me? Like, why is the Nine of Swords here? And the Nine of Swords, and you have the Hierophant. Now, he's always looking for spiritual meaning. He's looking for, like, what else? Well, basically, yeah, spiritual meaning and what else there is out there. It's not just about us, that there's something higher. And then you have the Ace of Cups, and that's a whole new start. Okay, let's see. All right, first we started out with the feeling burdened. Well, wait, this was your collaboration energy. And you were feeling burdened. And I'm thinking this collaboration, I'm thinking work. So you're feeling burdened at work. I'm going to guess it's work. It might not be. I could be wrong. But that feels like work. Okay, and you're moving on from that. So maybe there's a new job coming in, or maybe a new position at your job, because you're like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore, because the collaboration was ending up you being the one doing all the work. So you ended that, and you moved on, but then your wheel changed. So when that changed, it can go, can go either into the positive or the negative, but this seems like it would be going to the positive because you have a whole new creative energy start, okay? So you're feeling creative, and maybe you're looking for a job or getting another job, or however, and you have this Queen of Pentacles here, and again, this is an earthly, strong energy. Could be yours, or it could be somebody that you're with, somebody who's in your environment, and they're offering you your support because they're very generous with their time and their advice. Okay, so maybe that's the energy going to help you out. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a male or female. They're not gender specific, except for what the cards are, but it could be either or. And it's not even necessarily an earth sign. Okay, earth signs with, the earth signs being Virgo, Taurus, or Leo. It's not necessarily that either. Okay, it's just a matter of somebody in your environment who has those traits. All right. So when that went on, then we realized then we find out there's a conflict, and the conflict being, I'm trying to figure out if the conflict is attached to this old situation, or if it's a part of a new one. But I feel like it's still a part of the old situation, because it's drawing my eyes back to the Ten of Wands. So it's like, even though it was a new start going on, I think there was still conflict going on with this Ten of Wands situation. So I don't know, maybe you didn't actually leave the company, or didn't actually leave far, because maybe those same people that were making you do all the work are still in your environment. So then there was another end. You got hurt out of this conflict. That is also, again, another end. So then you had this new start with this creative feeling of victory and strength and a new beginning. Okay? So you have a new beginning here. I'm just going to make sure my candle doesn't burn down, my candle stick. Yes, for no reason, but my son, he made the candlestick in wood shop. It's really cute, isn't it? But my candle's burning down now. All right, so then after you had this new start again, you started feeling like you had no motivation. You couldn't keep your, like, what is that word? Oh, wow. Oh, your motivation, or your no focus, no ambition. Ambition, that was the word. You don't have the ambition that you thought you'd have or you wanted to have. But this Page of Wands came in and he said, we're going to start it new. And you were able to get this Knight of Pentacles energy. And this is like sort of sturdy. It's abundance coming, but it's slow. So this is your new beginning in abundance. And that's the message of that. All right. Now, for whatever reason you felt stuck. But that ended a cycle also. So that cycle ended. Now, did you have a job? Left the job? You're still having issues with the people, so maybe it was in the same location of a job. So you started a whole new course. But then you were feeling stuck there because maybe you weren't feeling like it was the kind of job for you. And again, I'm just thinking job, or it's feeling like a job, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's something in your social circle or something in maybe school, like a class that you've been taking. There's something involved where people were doing teamwork things together and it wasn't working. You had this energy of the Queen of Pentacles coming in and helping you out, but there was conflict. You got stabbed, a feeling of stabbed in the back or betrayed, so that ended, and then you got a whole new beginning. And then you were able to get your motivation and your ambition back, and you had a new creation here, a new start for something. And the Knight of Pentacles telling you, okay, message of abundance is coming to you, but then you were feeling stuck again. And then that is ending. So I'm thinking, it feels like I feel like you're job jumping. And that's exactly what it feels like. I don't know who you are. I don't know I don't know your life, but this feels like a job jumping. And I don't know why. Because after that whole new thing, you were all stressed out. All right? You're stressed out about something. You're losing sleep, and maybe it's just because you have been up job jumping all over the place. Maybe you're in your head, you're like, oh, what am I doing? Because, obviously there's bills, there's things, and maybe you just really don't understand why you can't find happiness at a job. But then that's where the Hierophant will come in. He's like, okay, well, I'm looking for something else. Maybe looking for something a little more spiritual, something higher power type thing, something that's going to give you a feeling of more satisfaction, I guess, to let you feel that what you're doing in the job actually makes you feel good about yourself. Maybe it's going to be helping people somehow, or yeah, something like helping people somehow, making a difference on a closer than just whatever you had been doing. So you want maybe to have a more spiritual grab of whatever this job's going to be, because you didn't feel good about all the job jumping, but you didn't really like any of these jobs either. So then you ended up with this new emotional feelings. So I'm thinking you started feeling like that because you felt like I don't know what the jobs are, but just like, okay, I had this, didn't like it. Had this, didn't like it. Nope, not liking it. And so you kept kind of doing that, and then finally, after you went through all that, and then you felt stuck, and you were like the next ending of a cycle, and then you just really were having enough. Like you were like, oh my gosh, I can't get this together. But then maybe something came to you, and you said, okay, I need something that's very different than what I ever did. So you were looking for a more spiritual outlet. And because, like I said, this month you're very social. Incredibly social. So maybe if you were going to be talking and everything to people, maybe this is where you'll find somebody in that new circle that you've kind of began, and they're going to like direct you to a way where you're going to find contentment in a job, because now you're feeling all kinds of, kind of almost warm and fuzzy, lots of emotions, a lot of feeling. You're feeling good about what you're doing now. And that's, obviously future tense. But yeah, so if this holds out like this, you'll be going through some changes, several different changes. Now I feel like it's jobs. I actually do feel like it's jobs, but it just could be situations it might just be situations or social groups or whatever, but it feels like definitely, getting fed up and moving on, getting fed up and moving on, so, and it's a couple different times. It's probably not 4 times in a whole month because, well, but that's exactly what it feels like. Getting fed up and moving on. Okay, is there anything else you could tell me for Libra for June 2019? Anything else for Libra June 2019? What else can I tell my Libras? Hello. No, that wasn't good. All right. They threw all out. They might not want to talk anymore. I think we pretty much summed it up, but just in case. Anything else for Libra June 2019? Oh, would you stop? Okay. Now these all fell out too, and no. I mean, just all looks very successful, kind of happiness going on. All right, celebration and giving and receiving and harvesting and waiting for more. So they probably weren't the right cards, but since they flew out, I would show them. But okay, so that's what it seems like to me. Different group jumping or job jumping or whatever, and you just weren't happy. Like you started something, weren't happy. You started something, weren't happy, and finally you had all these different new starts. And I think you finally got it with this last one. All right. So I think you're looking for something on. I'm not telling you you're looking for something, but I think once you feel like you get contentment in this possible looking for the spiritual higher power type thing, and I'm not saying you're going to go be a priest or a nun or nothing like that, but just something a little bit less commercially or less oh my god, I can't even think of the words, but less commercially, like not so much all that, but you want something a little bit more like softer, maybe around people and helping out with them somehow. Okay. If this resonates with you, if this makes any kind of sense whatsoever, please like, share, subscribe. If you would write me a comment, I'd love to hear from you, and then I'd love to hear how it resonated with you, and that'll help me connect with your energy. And then I will be seeing you in a couple weeks and checking back in, okay? Have a wonderful rest of your May, and happy Memorial Day, because I know that's coming up. All right. Have a good rest of your May. Thank you.